Hi guys, this is Agarath, and today is the 14th of September, and this is my video review, or at least the start of it, of the Coolermaster Sniper case, the Storm Sniper, I believe. And if it hadn't been for Jester at GND giving me a really good reason to buy this case, I probably would have gotten crazy and just bought whatever came to hand. I was originally looking at another Coolermaster case, the 932, and I was looking at that because a good friend of mine, Bartimus Maximus, had just bought that and built his rig in that case, and I was so impressed by the work that he had done that he said, "Hey, I want to play too." Truth be told, I'm not the brightest guy in town sometimes, and I usually have a tendency to go for the first shiny thing I see, and doesn't do me a lot of favors in some situations. So Jester's review between three Coolermaster cases, the 932, the 922, and the Storm Sniper, and one Anatech case, which I believe was the 1200, gave me an ideal opportunity to have a really good look at what I really wanted in a case, my next case. My current case is that one over there. Over there in the background, that little black thing called the Anatech 1050B. It's not a bad little case, but you know what? It just doesn't cut the bill. It's not an enthusiast case. It's not built for ventilation. And while I'm not really having a lot of problems with ventilation, I busted a knuckle working in it not too long ago, installing the 8800 GTX as a physics card, and that really pissed me off. And this isn't the first time I've bought a big case based on cooling needs. I'll give you a little show here. This is down here. That is an Inwin Q500N, and that is a big steel block. That has, if I'm not mistaken, my AMD 1.4 Thunderbird CPU on an Asus 266A motherboard, and it has a couple gigs of RAM, and it's probably got 6 or 8 hard drives in there. And I think it's even got my high-tech RAID controller in there. So yeah, here we go. My goodness, that many instructions for a case in a nice Ziploc bag too. So here we go. We've just hauled it out. I'm going to spin it around. Look at that beautifully perforated side panel. I can mount apparently another 200mm fan in here. I was looking around at NCIX for another one of those 200mm fans, and they didn't have any. You know what, before I get too far and carried away, I want to say thank you very much to Damien W. at NCIX for helping me get this order together. It was supposed to be ready at 5 o'clock, and when I walked into NCIX, they had so many people in there, all humping and bumping and grinding away for their parts, that it was insane, absolutely, positively bonkers. I went in at 5 o'clock to pick up my case, and I got bored of standing around, and I went across the street and got a hot dog, and I came back, and by the time I got back, they had serviced almost 100 walk-in customers. And Damien and another guy there with a really super cool mustache and sideburns made sure I got my equipment before I walked out the door. It's of 7 expansion base slots here. Got our fan, we've got our grommet mounts for water cooling if we want to go there. Somewhere along the way we'll come up with our back pane. Bottom mounted power supply. This is my first bottom mounted case. I'm really going to like it. You know, I've been the traditional top-mounted guy for forever and a day, and while that's great, today's heat properties and heat output from video cards and CPUs really means that you know, you really need to take a change in your style. Now, first off, let's pop open the off side if we can get it off. It might be oh, there it is. It's coming out. It's really tight, amazingly tight. Ta-da! There we go. And one of the reasons why I bought this case was cable management. I mean, look at that. That's just bonkers. And that's just for the 4 USB, the rheostat, which has got the LED controller in the middle. There's our power, our eSATA. We've got our mic, headphone, hard drive, power activity LED. We've got Firewire and 4 USB. Look at that. It all comes right off of that. That didn't sound good, and that was one of my thumb screws that I just knocked for a loop. In fact, both of them. Coolermaster started out with supplying us thumb screws, which is a very nice way to start the journey off together. I'm going to spin this around, and instead of bending this panel this time and losing the screws, I'm going to put the screws in my pocket and pop this off and go like that, and voila. Here we go. And this is the other reason why I bought the Coolermaster case instead of the HAF, the high air flows, is the fact that the meshes all have a very fine metallic backing on them, which means this case is going to have a lot of dust-proofing qualities, and even if it does get dusty, it's just going to be a matter of running the vacuum over the outside of the case. And it's very important to me as the place I live in is somewhat older than a lot of places. I live in a turn-of-the-century converted office building, which means it's dusty as hell in here, guys. Really, it can be sometimes. Here's our box of goodies. Ooh ah, ooh ah. Put tape in the pile. What have we got in here? Ah, here comes some rubber-mounted feet, standoffs, screws, long screws. We got some fine threads in there. And we got some more coarse threads in there. We got some zap straps. We've got basic rubber feet. Now, while we're at it, here we go, neatly packaged. When we talk about feet, we've got these big fold-out feet here. I'm going to try these for a while. My other case has fold-out feet. I never needed fold-out feet before, but you know, it's going to be a not bad thing, I think. Here's our hard drive caddy, and the reviews I saw basically said that these are an okay idea, but they're a little flimsy. I'm going to try them straight up the way they are, and we'll just see how it works. It's going to be an interesting operation. I believe they've got one screw on the side that push comes to shove, you can always mount them there. And I think somewhere along the way, if it's not in this kit here, and I don't think it is, I think I might be able to squeeze in a couple grommets in there. This is actually very flexible, so I don't think I'll have a problem finding some thin rubber grommets in case I've got any vibration. And this is supposed to be a quick and easy mount. And I like the idea. It looks like it's going to work okay. No back pain connectors. On the front side here, we've apparently got the one-push mounting system. And through the front, once again, we have another big, beautiful 200mm fan. You can just see it right in there. And that's pretty much one of the biggest fans I've ever seen in a case. And well, that's why. That's how that looks.